Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of the CPA-fol podcast. As you can see, we're in a very, very new location.
Very special location.
A very special location. This is Bricotomy's office. You've probably seen it many a time. I'm gonna hide that.
Many a time, but it's been a while.
It's been a while, and because you've kind of switched back and forth. You've gone from your garage to here.
I've the backdrop has switched a couple times, and I have been on a bit of a sabbatical, but it's good to be back guest starring on your show here, and what a better day to be back than May the 4th.
And you really didn't have a choice because I was coming through, so I was like, dude, I'm never going to have this opportunity again, so might as well.
Yeah, I just showed up at my house with studio equipment, and here we are.
Had the camera like pointed right in his face. You don't have a choice. We're doing this now, so
that's exactly how it happened.
Set up. But no, it's been an awesome shameless plug. You can follow me on my Instagram. You saw that I've been on vacation this week in Florida. And of course, he moved down here to Florida a couple months ago. And so I've been relaxing all week. Haven't been doing too much content. Looks like, oh, did I chop the thing off? I'm going to fix this real quick. But haven't done too much content. But figured, just trying to keep up the bi-weekly streams here and streaming every other week, which is going to switch in the summer. We're going to go back to a normal weekly schedule, which I'm looking forward to. But today, drove over here, last day of vacation. Vacation was today. But what tell the people what kind of we were doing what we were up to today.
Well, first of all, I'm sure everyone's grateful that you're spending some time to work on the channel on your vacation when I'm sure you would much rather be relaxing and enjoying your time here in the wonderful state of Florida and the nice weather. Today, we went to Disney, and we...
you can hold it a little closer. You got to kind of... It's the mic where you got to kind of put it right under your chin.
And for May the 4th, they were having a good event there at the Lego store.
They were. So it was the event where, is that going down? You have to, or you're talking about the wall?
The mural wall for one, and of course, the deals in the store.
Yeah, they had all those two times, which I did go over last week. For those of you who joined us last week, it was a pretty good stream.
I believe there was some in there with 4 times as well.
Yeah, 2 times and 4 times. I think which one was 4 times? Mos Eisley Cantina, which is kind of crazy because that's a hot set. 4 times VIP, and then like the small play scale gunship. So a couple random sets, seemingly random, were 4 times. A handful were 2 times, and then just kind of sales all around, especially with the gift with purchase, those 3 polybag, and all that stuff. So we it was a fun day. And apparently people who spend their time on TikTok already knew about the mural wall.
Which I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
That was a surprise to me. Walking up there, I had no idea.
But I certainly missed an opportunity to make a TikTok that had many, many likes and such on it because I could have made that a thing, and I just chose not to. So we got a couple members in the chat already. Scott, of course. Hopefully, Scott, this stream helps you out because I know you're a little busier in the late Saturday afternoons. Hopefully, this is a better time for you for today. Saying Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you as well. And, of course, Angry Canadian starting out the chats. Can't make it this week. I'm at Osaka Comic-Con. So he lives in Japan.
I was going to say, that sounds like a Japan Comic-Con.
Helping a friend, I did, however, make a big purchase for May the 4th, but I missed out on the promo sets. That really stinks, missing out on the promo sets. Man, that is unfortunate. Mississippi, I was saying that, the duo both in person. We've been online every single time we've streamed, but finally I figured I'm in the area, so might as well.
Hopefully the first of many.
We're going to, every other week, we'll switch back and forth.
I'll fly up there. You'll fly down here. It's the only way.
Jake's Bricks and Picks, good to see you here. May the 4th be with you as well. Looks like we've got Brent's Bricks tuning in from work. It's nice to see that, you can focus on work when you need to focus on work, but then also, just cyberloaf a little bit and tune into the random pods all around.
It's networking.
Yeah, this is part of work. It's part of business.
Totally.
Yes, this time is more perfect. Awesome, Scott. Glad to hear that this timing works well for you. And as you all can imagine, new space, new location, setting up might be a little janky. Getting the lighting is always the most fun part to set up any new location. So if the sound is too hot, too high, too much volume, too quiet, just let us know, and we can fix it however we need to. So always flexible on that, and it's always grateful for you all to let us know what's the what. So as far as May the 4th goes, and I'll chuck this one up there if I can. My vision is not the greatest, if I'm being honest, but I can see that. So we're just gonna keep the Lego website at the bottom of the screen, showing some of the May the 4th sets. We did go over them last week, but it's going to be interesting to see what kind of stuff is on back order, what are the hot new buys, because obviously you like Star Wars, but you're not like the biggest Lego Star Wars fan.
Typically, I put them at the bottom of my to buy list.
But obviously, we all of us here like Star Wars.
That does not diminish in any way my love and fandom for Star Wars by any means.
So we might be getting some of these raw reactions for some of these sets that we all have heard about for a while, but it's always good to get those raw reactions from those that haven't seen any before.
Let me rinse my palate. Be ready for this.
Before we get into that, Scott has a really good point. This weekend, Episode 1, Phantom Menace of Star Wars, is in theaters. And I think it was in the weekend, so maybe just the whole weekend, like Thursday through Sunday.
It was just this weekend, right?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. So it sounds like Scott saw it in theaters today. Everyone in the chat, you're going to have to let me know if you saw The Phantom Menace in theaters for the re-release, because guess who is seeing it tomorrow? This guy,
and I don't know about you. This is special for me because this is the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters was The Force Awakens, and that just doesn't seem right.
No, and did we see that one together? Was that the first time you saw it, or the first? Because I know we watched it a couple times in college, so I think that was the first time when you may have seen it before me, but
so.
Good experience, but still not like
this
isn't
Star Wars. This isn't just we're going to see a Star Wars movie, a re-release in theaters. This is more. I owe this to myself. I wish I had been able to see some of the prequels in theaters before, and I wasn't able to. And this is special to me on another level. I'm really looking forward to it.
Wholeheartedly agree, and even I don't know, we're getting onto a tangent, but that's perfectly fine. This episode is more just all about Star Wars, all about May the 4th. So anything surrounding May the 4th is really what we're going to try and focus on today. So George Lucas always said that the Star Wars movies were meant to be seen in a theater. And if you're not seeing it in a theater, you're not getting the full experience. So it really is, it perfectly makes sense to, and unfortunately I never saw Phantom Menace in theaters. So for Lucasfilm to be re-releasing these in theaters is absolutely amazing. I'm looking. So what scene are you looking forward to most?
Oh, I'm definitely, obviously, Duel of the Fates.
Yes.
I mean, that's the focus of going to see this in theaters is being able to see that in theaters, hear it on the speakers, and just be able to live that like I always imagined it would have been on the big screen. And I can only hope that someday we get a release of Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith for us to watch.
I feel like we have to. I mean, this is the 20th. 25th. 25th. I can count. I promise.
You can't give me a taste like this and then not give me the rest of the prequels.
Because we had what was it? A couple years ago, Empire Strikes Back, or no, Return of the Jedi was in
I
theaters.
believe it was Return of the Jedi.
And I didn't see that one. I don't know if you saw that one in theaters.
I did not. But I feel like that it's different. I wasn't alive when that came out. It's not. I don't feel like something I missed because it's not like I had the chance to watch it and didn't. And the prequels, I could have gone to see them physically.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to.
Yep. And yeah, ACOB saying pod race dudes. It's between the pod race scene and Duel of Fates are the scenes that I'm most looking forward to.
If you could only watch one of those on the big screen.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like the answer has to be Duel of Fates.
It has to be the soundtrack, the sounds of the lightsabers whizzing and whirring past the speakers and just the tensity of the scene.
Because not only do you get that, you get the cuts with the space over Naboo. So
yes,
that whole section of the film needs to be seen in theaters.
And we are doing that tomorrow afternoon. And it sounds like a couple people have already done that. Scott, you mentioned you did that. So yeah, both scenes are fire on the big screen. Wholeheartedly agree there. Please play. Oh, please. That's a little bit of an inside reference to the ACOB crew. Jake's Bricks and Picks saying, I wish nobody to watch the baby, and I didn't want to be that guy bringing a baby. That's a shame. I'm sure, man, you got to ask anyone. Just walk to the theater with your baby and ask if someone around the theater can.
Or at the very least, make sure when that kid grows up, he knows what he cost you.
Do you know what you cost me? ACOB saying the sound out of the pods is unmatched. Trust me, happened 25 years ago and last night got a you know what. Oh, I know exactly what you got when he watched that scene, both 25 years ago and last night, which is interesting. And so ACOB, he's more of an OT guy. Not because I like the older generation, but just
respect.
Yeah, more of like an OT guy. For him to say that, I mean, and I guess no matter if you love or hate the prequels, watching it in theaters and experiencing that, I feel like you can't walk out there and dog it, even if it's not your favorite.
Nothing but respect for those who favor the original trilogy. I have nothing but love for them and respect for them. There's just another emotional level of attachment to the prequels for me.
Certainly. And yeah, just that nostalgia and all that jazz that goes into whatever trilogy was out when you were a kid or when you were growing up on this stuff. And certainly for us, that was the prequels. So needless to say, I am very much looking forward to that. I haven't seen any Star Wars Lucas movies in theaters. Because did you see Episode 3 in theaters?
The first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters.
That's
was
right,
The
you did
Force
say
Awakens.
that. So
and which is unfortunate because I was really, really trying to see Revenge of the Sith, and it didn't work out at the time.
I remember. Have you heard Jake's story on seeing Revenge of the Sith?
Did he go watch it?
He went and saw it with his family.
Oh, okay.
And one of those families where they're like,
I come from the same blood.
So it was back when they had to MapQuest things and all that stuff, because the theater that was showing it was like a good chunk away, like a trip away, not just in the same town. So
I would have left like 5 hours early.
They MapQuested it, and they were going to go down this one road, and Jake was like, no, it's this other road. We have to turn here. And he was so adamant about it that everyone just assumed he was right. Turns out he was wrong, and they took a wrong. Granted, he's like 10,
I was
right?
going to say, he could have been like 11, 12 years old. Why would anybody be taking directions from this man?
That's what I was saying. But then, so they made a wrong turn, and they showed up late to the theaters. And so I think he missed a little bit of the...
You can't say you missed a little bit of Revenge of the Sith because you've missed so much already. Just
by the opening scene. I think he missed the first 2 minutes or so. So like
man.
that whole insane opening scene to Revenge of the Sith in theaters, they missed, which is quite a shame because, like you said, that's one of the best scenes in all of Revenge of the Sith. Kathleen, thanks for stopping by, saying, I don't really care for Star Wars at all. I'm just here. Hey, if you like Star Wars, if you don't really care for Star Wars at all, I'm glad you're here as well. So thanks for stopping by. Today's going to be very, like I said, May the 4th centric. We are, in fact, actually, and you can see it at the bottom of the screen, we are celebrating, and LEGO is celebrating 25 years, if I can click it, 25 years of LEGO Star Wars, which is pretty impressive. I wonder if it's the longest licensed theme.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. And, I have just had a thought. I wonder if anyone out there knows what the first LEGO Star Wars set was.
I have a thought, but I'm going to let chat chime in. What was the first LEGO Star Wars theme? No, LEGO Star Wars set. No cheating, of course, obviously. Can't cheat. But I'm curious if someone in the chat has to know. Absolutely someone in the chat has to know. So let's go to some of these. Scott saying, wasn't it an episode 1 set? And Acob's wondering, do the promos count? I imagine we're going for retail sets.
Or we could do either or, like LEGO licensed Star Wars set release.
How about, can you see that one? Was that it?
The truth is, I'm not 100% certain.
Oh, you don't know?
I'm not 100% certain. I think I am, but I'm not sure.
So we've got that Luke and Vader duel given out at Toy Fair. Okay.
My opinion is I don't think it was an episode 1 set. I could be wrong.
See, yeah, I thought it was the Maul and Qui-Gon. Like, the old one where it's Maul and Qui-Gon on Tatooine fighting with Maul's speeder bike. It's a little okay. Like $6.99, $5.99 set. I'm pretty sure that's the first one.
You could be
I'm
right.
pretty sure.
For some reason, I thought it was an Empire Strikes Back set.
Which one? I'm wondering.
I thought it was an X-wing.
Okay,
but
that's what
I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, Acob guessed it was the X-wing. I can say with almost certainty that was not a typo and that was fully intentional. Could be.
Well, now I want to know for certain if I'm wrong.
Now we need to know for sure. Cooper, I'm sure you're in the know on that. Scott, you can also know, you can look whatever you need to up. We're just curious at this point, but I'm pretty sure it's the Maul.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but wasn't the R2-D2 and 3PO Escape Pod Tatooine set also a 99 set?
I think that was a first wave. One of the first wave sets. So we got, and there was a book, because obviously 1999, Phantom Menace is coming out.
Right.
We're going to get a bunch of Phantom Menace sets. So I think it was like the droid, whatever the droid speeder thing is in episode 1.
Oh, I
forget what it's called.
I had the set. It's it was called Swamp Attack, I believe.
Yes.
It's called Swamp Attack, and then there was Swamp Attack 2, wasn't there?
Yep.
I think both of those may have been 99.
So here we go. We got the full copy paste from maybe ChatGPT. In late February 1999, LEGO Star Wars was born. Sets based on the original trilogy,
yes,
including an X-Wing, Land Speeder, TIE Advanced, then Phantom Menace wave in spring.
Because I believe that Land Speeder set is one where one of the back engines are a different color than the other two.
That sounds right, and it's like this weird tannish color. Yeah,
I remember
that was a really early.
I remember like getting that set and being like, "What?" and then like putting the movie in, trying to like
match
see
it
it
up,
and be like, "Is that a different color? Like, what's going on here?"
So here's the technicality. I think people tend to call the Maul Qui-Gon duel the first set because it has the lowest number.
Okay.
I think that's the technical answer that is probably the reason why I would call it the first one. But, if we're saying in February we had an X-Wing and land speeder, TIE Advanced, maybe those are the first ones. And who knows, America versus UK could also be different.
What I can say for certain is that the Escape Pod set was my very first Star Wars Lego set. And that very same Christmas, I also got those, I don't know if they were called micro or mini sets at the time, but they were essentially polybag sets where you get the little miniature X-Wing, the little miniature TIE fighters. I had a couple of those as well. And I also believe there was a Sith Infiltrator.
Yep.
It was a good Christmas for me that year.
And let me tell you, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. So since you segued so nicely into that, we're going to bring back the Sith Infiltrator of 2024. 25 years later, LEGO has recreated this beauty. And, I mean, I love the Sith Infiltrator as a ship, but it can only look so crispy clean unless they were to go all out and use shiny, metallic, whatever.
If you're trying to keep the piece count and the price in a certain range, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. So practically, it's mainly about the figs. I mean, honestly, it's got that functionality with the wings. It's got the Maul speeder bike that can kick out the back, which is nice. But I mean, all in all, pretty basic. But this was a set that I always wanted as a kid because they've remade this. This might be the fourth time
Really?
this set exists because they got that first one in '99.
All I can see is the first one with just the bland panels.
I know.
But hey, that was as incredible to me as this is to anyone going to buy it now.
Exactly. And they remade this in the mid 2000s and then again in the early 2010s, I think. So it's just probably got a lot more piece count, a little more curvy. But the figs, of course, the figs are probably where it's at with this, partially because I don't know if you know, but with the Star Wars sets, for the 25th anniversary sets, they did a promotional fig, a quote-unquote bonus fig. This one is Saw Gerrera.
Really?
And unfortunately, they don't have a nice crispy photo of this like that. So we got to kind of zoom in on the photo here. So it does look more like a...
Which era Saw Gerrera is that?
Yeah, let me zoom in on that.
Is that Clone Wars Saw Gerrera?
I think it's... Oh, does anyone have this in hand yet? Has anyone, Cooper or Scott, have you guys opened this yet?
I can't tell.
Wait, no, ACOP, Sean, you bought this one. So have you opened this up yet? Is this like... It's a great question if it's...
And I meant to say Rebels, by the way, not Clone Wars. Please don't.
Is this Rebels, or I tend to lean towards this as Rogue One.
Okay.
Just because he's got that all-green armor, like that big bodysuit that he has in Rogue One. So this is what I lean towards. Yeah.
His breathing apparatus, his CPAP mask, yeah.
You can hear him wheezing as you open up the set. Let's see. Scott has the last made set. Okay, so Cooper is saying it's Rogue One style. And I would tend to agree with that being the Rogue One style. Let's see. Oh, and I was just thinking that. So he's saying, I love it. It makes me want the Padme ship even more. And yeah, it really does. It really is very reminiscent of Padme's starship. Or I should say Queen Amidala's starship. Like kind of from episode 1 with the two, you remember the one that it looks like? The one that lands on Tatooine?
Yes.
So it's got the two spires.
Yes.
Pretty reminiscent of a Naboo starfighter. Obviously, they've got that sleek
For a moment,
design.
I thought you were saying her other starship. I was a little confused for a moment.
Yep. Because she has one in episode 1. Apparently, that one gets destroyed or something, or she gets a little upgrade in episode 2.
She traded it in, took the value, put it towards a new vehicle. Yeah, we all know how it goes.
Great equity. And then they suck her in for a couple more lease payments,
or she lost her salary and had to, it's a whole story.
And then in episode 3, she gets another one, probably from the ill-gotten gains with Anakin and hers illicit affair.
Who knows what nefarious things?
Let's see. But yeah, I mean, all in all, we've gotten a new. I think this is a new Qui-Gon print and a new mock on a new cloth piece his.
He's got that poncho thing going on. What are your thoughts on that cloth poncho?
Love it. Someone in chat, ACOB, I think Sean is the only one who has this one in hand yet. You'll have to let us know how that cloth feels like. What does it feel like, taste like, smell? I'd say feel is probably the most important aspect there, because they have been changing out their cloth pieces. I don't know if you've paid attention to that much or had enough sets with the cloth.
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
So I prefer personally the spongy cloth. It's not going to bend. It's not going to crease. The old ones from.
And this is more felt, or
I would guess this is a little spongy. That spongy cloth. That's where I'm leaning on this one. Then you got, little Annie. Does he have okay. I thought for a second he had a gap in the front of his teeth. I thought that was weird, but I'm just blind. So did you look at the price at this one?
No. Well, let me guess.
Yeah, I was going to say,
are you aware? Do you know the price?
I am aware of the price on this one.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, this is someone who doesn't buy Star Wars sets very often anymore. So I'm going to assign a value to it that I would consider to be fair market price.
Do you want to know piece count?
Okay, give me a ballpark. Piece count.
Yeah, I'll round it to the nearest 100, because I don't want to click off of it in case it...
Spoil it. What is it?
About 650 pieces.
$59.
$59.
There's 4 minifigures here, and it's a 25th anniversary set.
Yep. So did you round up in your opinion?
Yes. If this hadn't had the figures, it didn't have the Saw Gerrera, if it had just Darth Maul and Qui-Gon, I'd say $29.99. That's what I'd pay for it.
So why don't you?
Please tell me this isn't more than $60.
Look at the ship. It's got some good size.
$80? Please tell me it's not. Please tell me it's not. Okay.
$69.99.
Okay, I was off by $10. It's that.
Did you say 59?
I said $59.99.
Okay. In my mind, I actually thought it was $80. So maybe I should go out and buy this because apparently it's a good deal.
So it would be $59.99 if Saw Gerrera wasn't there.
Probably. I mean, because the last time this was out, it was $59.99.
Okay.
When it was out last in the 2010s, to my knowledge. So little upgrade in the design. You get some pretty solid minifigs, and you get the Saw Gerrera, which is a pretty smacking minifig. Honestly, he's got that big armor piece that typically is reserved for the Mandos.
Do we get probe droids here?
Yeah, sure do. Sure do get 3.
Are those
three
just
probe droids.
small studs?
They're dish pieces. Yeah.
Nice.
Simple. It's a simple design, but it's effective. So something that people have run amok about, and you'll have to tell me if you notice anything. Do you notice anything weird about Darth Maul's eyes?
He's full of hate and anger.
Full of anger, full of hate, full of fear, maybe?
He's anticipating that at last he can take his revenge on the Jedi.
So
what's the controversy here? His eyes were pretty red in the movie.
He doesn't have pupils here, which is maybe a bit of an anomaly. So let me show you an old minifig.
You can't consider those little white dots.
Well, those are like the starburst, the glare.
But right.
So,
but that's where pupils would be if the glare wasn't right on them.
I don't think I agree with the controversy. So let me go to Maul Lego face. There you go. So old ones had the black pupil, which actually kind of looks weird.
When you put them side by side, yes. I wouldn't have seen that and complained about it, I don't think.
But yeah, because look at, they don't have pupils. They just have the little glare, the little eyeball glare.
Yeah.
So I would say it's normal. It's just something I wanted to bring up for a second because
It stands out a little more on Darth Maul because of his colors on his face.
Yeah.
I think is all.
yeah. So he's fearing of bumping into a wall or bumping into the high ground. Ooh, Scott brings up a great point. Evidently, it's smaller than the previous version.
Okay, the overall set.
Yeah, maybe. Walter Wilson must be a new individual because I don't recall you
Message from Joe.
in the chat before. Hey, Lego CPA, a message from Joe. He said, I am your father. Maybe code? Joe. I know a couple Joes, and I don't know if you know any of them.
Joe Mama.
Oh, no, don't. No, I'm banning you from... Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare say it, dude. I will. Now you have to become a member because you got me. That's the rule. That's how it goes here. So overall, if you are a Lego Star Wars fan, do you see yourself getting this set for set $69.99?
Well, if you're a Star Wars fan and you've been getting the 25th anniversary sets, yes, probably.
But check this out. You see what that says?
Back order. So clearly
This has
they've been
a
buying.
hot set.
Not that they've been buying for the 2 times, or they've been buying because they would have bought it anyways.
I mean, probably, yeah. Could be all the above, honestly. Because I think that might be the only set nowadays that's... Let's see what's on back order. I'm actually very curious to see what's on back order. Oh, shoot. That is... Well, you know what that $9.99 is. People trying to just get over the limit for a GWP or for free shipping or whatever.
Yep.
They're chucking in the Commander Cody.
Good man, that Cody.
Oh my goodness, he's always there for us when we need him to get us over any of those humps. Speaking of, did you watch Mandalorian season 3?
I have seen all of Mandalorian.
Do you remember this flashback with Kelleran Beck, otherwise known as Ahmed Best?
Mr. Ahmed Best, fantastic actor. Yes,
Fantastic man, a wonderful human being.
and a subpar Gungan.
But he ended up being a Sith master, so
We cannot confirm or deny that.
So he's got this little set. Another great opportunity for people to get Baby Yoda if they haven't already. I can't imagine.
Grogu.
I can't imagine no one has Baby Yoda in their collection 3 times, 4 times over.
Wait,
Do you have him at all?
I've got him at least one time. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because you got the...
Yeah, hang on. Do I have him twice? I think I have him just the one time.
Let me tell you, once is enough because it's the same thing over and over again. But $29.99, you get a nice little bark speeder.
What set is it where he comes as not as a figure, but as a little mini micro figure?
That's all of them. Is this the one you're talking about?
No, because I have...
You have the Mando's Starfighter.
Okay, does he come as a little micro figure there as well? Okay,
Like
that must be what I'm thinking of. I
Yep.
thought I had him more than once. Yeah.
Yep, and that's all he's came as so far. But for this one, you get, 3 1/4? Is a micro figure a quarter or a half a fig? A half?
Well, then what's
A third?
Anakin from the last one? From the last set.
Half.
He's a half. This is a
Yeah,
quarter
so
fig. This is a quarter
okay,
fig.
quarter. Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, definitely less than half.
Baby Yoda, you're less than half a man. But for $29.99, we can pick you up. We get 2 501st Troopers, which is...
If I bought the set, it would be for Ahmed Best. Figure.
100%.
Yeah,
And let me tell you,
he deserves it.
and I know you can't see it very well, but if you want to... Can you see the etching on his robes and stuff? It's pretty unique.
Now that you're pointing it out, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, it's got kind of runish figures and just looks overall pretty snazzy. I'll be waiting on this one if it drops below 20 or whatever. I'm just not super pressed to get it. I think I've heard it's a new head print, face print for Ahmed Best, I think. And you get a little pram for Baby Yoda. Always great to get those. Thoughts on this set? Should I have made you guess? What would you have guessed the price at? 3 figs.
I have already seen it, but I would have guessed about $29.99.
Yeah.
I
That's
again,
fair.
like I said, I would buy this for Ahmed Best's figure.
It'll be interesting to see what the price of his figure does. I'd guess it'd be a couple. It would be less than $10. Easy would be my guess. Just because it's in a $30 set, nothing on Ahmed Best himself. You are but the value of your minifigure.
So personally, I'm way more partial to the old Technic version, man.
The old one? It looks amazing. The old one does. I don't blame you one bit.
But this
Oh,
is
yeah.
great. This is a
So good.
what's the piece count on this one?
Let me find a box because you didn't see the price, did you?
I haven't seen the price yet. This looks like a $99.99.
583 pieces. Granted, there's some big-ish pieces, but only 580 pieces. Do you still want to lean towards a hundo? Let me
How
show.
tall is this?
Yeah, let me. It does roll
rolls
into a
up.
ball. It's a good size. Do they? I think we might need inches. Can you read that?
No, I can't read that.
7.5. 7.5 inches. That seems. I thought it was bigger than that. 7.5 inches is huge. Okay,
Sure is.
so $100 fig.
So I guess I'm not the best at assigning monetary
Yeah.
value to these. So I was off by last time by about $10. I'm dropping it down to $89.99.
Okay. Let's look at some of the. There's another picture of it. I know it's really far away.
I mean, it just looks about the size of BD1, and I paid $100 for BD1.
Okay, so I'll tell this. It comes up to BD1's right here. It's about that tall.
Okay. Then I'm sticking to my like $80 price.
Okay. Well, then I will tell you this. You should go out right now, back to Disney Springs,
Is it $49.99
and
or something?
pick this sucker up because it's $64.99.
That's a fair price. That's a fair price.
If you have a Costco membership, you will likely be able to get this for $52.
I do have a Costco
You could
membership.
you'll see this at Costco for $52.99.
It's a buy.
That is a really good buy. I do plan on getting this at some point. This is one of the best droid builds because we've had I don't know if how do you think this one stacks against BD1?
Stacks against BD1 as in
Just overall price
better.
to
Better because this is
Better. It's a saga
destroyer
set.
droid is just good way to put it. It's a saga set, and it's a time everyone's favorite separatist droid, pretty much as far as I know.
It's a really good point. I didn't think about this. Think about it that way.
Does it have a shield bubble pops out,
You have to blow up a balloon and then put it around
or it's
it
got
and
or two large dome pieces that you just
That would be
attach on the front
crazy.
and back, and just
that would be so cool. But no, yeah, $64.99.
You know what I could do with this set is I would actually take my lighting kit off of my Razor Crest and place the two firing LEDs
Ooh.
right there on the
That would be
on
fun.
the destroyer droid, and it'd be like blasting.
pew.
Yeah, pew pew.
That would be really fun. Chat, let me know what you think about this one. I'm kind of surprised it's not sold out, honestly, or back ordered. It's a really good value. And evidently it rolls too.
It rolls. Does it stay in one piece as it rolls?
Yeah, I can't imagine it rolls
I
very well.
highly doubt it.
I think. Oh yeah, my goodness. He was making a.
Okay.
It's actually, I think technically it's a neat trick, or good trick. I'll try rolling. That's a good trick. Is that what he says, or am I just forgetting things?
No, he says that, but now you've got me questioning to say neat. I think it says neat trick. I think I'll try rolling. That's a neat trick.
Oh, I think my money's on good trick. I'll try rolling. That's a good trick.
Doesn't
But
sound right.
we're gonna have to roll the clip afterwards or we'll find out tomorrow and we'll go, hey. Now, brickheads. How do you feel about brickheads?
I've never bought a single brickhead.
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
I for better or for worse, yeah, Cooper says it's good. It's a good trick. Oh, he just pulled it back. Does that mean that?
This is redacted because he looked it up and I was actually right.
Oh no, it's spinning. Oh my goodness.
I'll try spinning.
That's a good trick. Maybe he says neat that anyways.
No,
I think
no.
it's spinning.
It
not
didn't
rolling.
sound right because maybe of spinning and not rolling. Because now that you say spinning, that's a good trick. That sounds more correct.
Yeah. So I bought the Ahsoka brickheads. I bought the Mando and Baby Yoda brickhead, which actually was a good one because Baby Yoda as a brickhead with his pram is actually really, really good. But is this one speaking to you at all?
No.
Just straight up no, $9.99.
I brickheads don't speak to me at all, personally.
If you were $10 away from free shipping, would you throw this in the cart?
Is there anything else that's $10 on the entire Lego website?
Yes, but not Star Wars.
It has to be Star Wars.
If you were $10 away from a gift with purchase upgrade,
And it had to be a Star Wars?
yeah.
Okay, if you're basically narrowing my options down to picking up brickheads, then yeah, I'm picking up brickheads.
Because I don't know if keychain would count.
Exactly my point. I'd buy a keychain or something.
There we go.
I'll try spinning.
That's a good trick.
Yeah, did they say it exactly like that?
He does the Mr. Krabs laugh.
The Clarence. What's that guy's name?
There you go.
Clarence, yeah.
All right, so actually we're gonna go into another one. I'm gonna.
So
take
these
off
sets
that.
have turned someone who doesn't normally buy them into a big fan of them.
So here's the one that Mrs. CPA was talking about earlier, where she was like, oh, "That one was there." It's the Phantom Menace 20th anniversary, and you can't see any of them because Scott's in the way. Brickheads. How do you feel about these?
Is the Anakin one still $9.99?
So they're all one for 50. Oh, darn! I should have made.
Oh,
you
this
guess.
is one set.
This is one set. This is a multi-pack, so you get. Whoops! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half.
Okay, I was gonna say because it would have been $60 to buy them all, but now you get a little bit off because Anakin's a short little guy. Short.
Exactly. And Jar Jar, how do you feel? Oh, like Jar Jar, I think he steals the show, honestly. There was another fan art of Jar Jar, and I'll actually not a fan art, just a fan rebrickable build of Jar Jar. Actually, I'll show you what he looks like. Where's that photo? I think I downloaded it. Yeah, here we go. I feel like I like that one better. I think I like the teeth
Yeah, I like it.
and then the little nose.
The eyes are cool too.
So I mean, this is what Lego themselves made, so I guess that's what we're getting. But you're not getting these whatsoever. Not even for Jar Jar.
Afraid not.
It's not.
If I've got
tickling your
$60
fancy.
to spend and I'm on the Lego
It's going
website,
to the Droidica
it's going to
or just anything.
several other things.
You're a book guy, aren't you?
I'm a book guy. I'm
You
a
are
very
a book guy.
physical collector devices and books and comics.
How do you feel about this?
It's a good coffee table item
Mm-hmm.
at the very least, which is obviously what it is. But
And like you said, that's exactly what that is. It's all about Lego UCS sets in specific designs, pre-designs, all that kind of good behind the scenes stuff, concept art. I believe it is 500 pages.
thought you were about to say dollars for a second. And I was like, what the crap?
Let me see how many pages this is. Why can't I find the number of pages? 312 pages.
$149.99.
I wanted you to guess.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Would you have said like 70?
$60-$70. I'm not paying $150 for it.
That's cool. I mean, some of this stuff is cool, but like you said, 150. It is up for pre-order right now, and it's excluded from any gift with purchase add-ons, for better or for worse.
Okay.
And like books, so you can get a Star Wars original trilogy, like anthology book of all the behind the scenes for the movies for $200, but it's 500 pages.
Okay.
So it's $50 more, but it's 200 more pages, and I think it's a bigger book, like bigger page size. So they're biting off a lot with this book, and
I feel like this is one of those things where, well, this is just me speaking. Obviously, I wouldn't say the same for everyone else, but it's like one of those things where I'd have it on my coffee table and I'd have it there just so that if someone came over and saw it, like, oh, cool, you have this. Not that I would actually sit there reading it.
I feel like I would skim through all the pictures, but I don't know if I would read through all of it unless I was looking for content that I wanted to make, like a YouTube short or an Instagram reel. Oh, I read this interesting fact about Lego Star Wars. Here's the tidbit of information that you may not have known, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I mean,
it's a collector's item, is all, I think.
What are the chances that they upload a PDF version of this book as an instruction booklet? You know how they have all the instructions as PDF? Could you imagine?
I mean, all the information's online anyways. It's in there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. So it sounds like that one is a hard pass for you. Even with it, I mean, they're making it a pre-order so they know how many books to print, of course, which is
smart.
Very smart. I'm sure they'll stock a little extra. I'm trying really to keep in the May the 4th Star Wars because I just scrolled past that D&D. Does that catch your eye at all?
It does. It does, mostly because I'm trying to get into Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah, nice.
And it's been a long time. I've been thinking about it for a long, long time. So that interests me in that aspect.
Here's some more controversy from May the 4th. Do you know the history behind this thing? So Rex came in the UCS Venator.
Right.
And it said in the instruction booklet that both figures, Rex and Yularen, would be exclusive to this set.
Okay, it makes sense now. And now you can get them for
now you can get them for $12.99.
That sucks.
Personally, I wish their editors would have just done a little bit extra work, or they told them this will not be exclusive, so please don't say it will be exclusive. I have no problems with Lego taking quote-unquote UCS minifigs and putting them in cheap sets like this. I do have a problem with Lego saying this is an exclusive figure and then not keeping it exclusive.
Because what about those that bought that Venator specifically for Rex?
I think that would be a little silly for you to buy for one to buy a UCS set just for a minifig.
Fair. That's fair.
But more to the people who spent $100. I think his price was around $120. So people for just the resale. Fig. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those people are totally boned by this move. However, I mean, we've known about this microfighter for a while. So the window for buying this figure was very short. I think you would have had to purchase this figure within less than 6 months of the release.
So unfortunately, not a lot of people have been boned.
Not a lot of people should have been. Only I would hope there would have been a lot of resellers that got boned by this. That's my hope and prayer, just because that's scalping, reselling. Not even a fan of Lego, but buying to resell, I hate it. So I will certainly be buying a couple of these, maybe three or so. I think they're going to be hard to keep on shelves, though.
Yeah, good call.
But I'll grab one pretty early on, wait till any discounts, just because, it's It's always cool to have a decked out Captain Rex minifig. I mean, let's be honest. I'm buying it for the Y-wing build. That thing is pristine.
Why else did you buy this set? There's nothing else in it that you could.
I probably I'll keep the build and toss the fig. I mean,
don't even. Yeah, on the way home, just toss them out the window.
Useless to me. Like that cape piece. Who wants a cloth pauldron? It's just utter garbage. So that was the latest release. These pictures are actually fairly new for these.
Palpatine.
What caught your eye?
I for a second.
Oh.
I don't have my glasses on. That looked like someone completely different.
So back to Mando season 3, and we're pushing an hour, so we'll kind of just go through these new sets and then wrap things up. Mando season 3, remember the Paz Vizsla scene where he kicked the bucket?
I know exactly what scene this is. This is the scene that was, in my mind, a little unnecessary death, but continue.
So we've got this here, and the Mandalorian Forge previously retired right about the time of Paz Vizsla's untimely death, which skyrocketed the value of that set. But here, I expect the value of that figure to decrease a bit because we're getting a whole bunch of new molds in this set, because we're getting the Moff Gideon Mando suit, as you can see in the top right.
Yes.
And then we're getting the 2 Praetorian guards with new head mold helmets, which looks great. A lot of good things going on with this set. 4 figs, $40. Can't complain there. Nice little fun build. Paz Vizsla gets a pretty little gun, little mini hand cannon there. So that's fun for sure. What are your thoughts? Thoughts on these figs?
I like the
Thinking
Praetorian. I
strongly?
really like the Praetorian Guard minifigures. Those are really cool looking.
And like I said, $40. Like, so much newness in this set. Every figure has something to be wanting, not to be wanting, to want. So of course you got his sweet little helmet. This fig just pretty solid overall. And then these 2 with the new molds.
I like the Praetorian Guard figures more than I like the
Interesting.
Mandos.
My only complaint with them, I just have one complaint. It is the fact that they don't have any capes whatsoever in this whole
No
build.
capes.
Edna Mode had her way with this set and said no capes and got her wish. Oh, I said
We had a guest star.
Edna Mode. Apparently that translates to a popular search engine home. Chat, let me know what you think about this one. I know it's a pretty common thought with this set here. Also, I can't believe I haven't begged you all. Make sure you like the stream. I'm sure many of you have already. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Did get a new member at the middle of last stream. So let me know what you think. Oh, wow. Scott kicking daggers. It's a pass for you? You're not even going to get one of these? That's actually kind of wild to me. Like, I'll get one of these easy. It's a beautiful set. Beautiful figs.
I get it just for the Praetorian Guards. That's what I'll get it for.
So do you think you'll get this one eventually?
I think so. I like those figures enough to where I think I'll buy this.
It just needed capes. I'm telling you. I was very surprised that Moff Gideon didn't get a cape because from your memory, he had a cape in that scene?
From my memory, he did, yes.
So that's a little silly to me. Obviously, Praetorian Guards at least have waist capes or capes. But it's obviously I'm not going to split hairs entirely on that one. Just a little disappointing. And then, of course, the kid. Wait, is that an iPad is that an iPad right there?
Some sort of generic tablet device, yes.
Oh, probably just showing you can build the instructions.
Yeah, that they've been doing that for a little while.
Yeah. Look, and then right after this, he's about to go play basketball.
Because he also goes outside and is a very active kid. And it's winter.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think this one's a win for me. Great set. And then the next one is a battle pack You remember those Imperial Commandos?
Yes.
Well, they're getting their own figure,
Ooh.
their own head mold, dual molded. That helmet is dual molded
Fantastic.
to give you that gray and that white combo. Looks great. We've got two generic Mandos, a lady and a man, or are they both ladies? No. A lady and a man. I can't tell. I'll have to zoom in
Are they?
if they're named. Okay, Mandalorian Warrior and Mandalorian Night Owl. So this is going to be a wonderful army building set.
Good battle pack. You think you'll buy a couple of these to get more of the troopers?
I think I will. I'll obviously buy at least one out the gate just because these figs are great. Great to build up 2 Mandos and 2 Imperial Commandos. $10 each. No, $5 each for 20 because this is a $19.99 set. Great, fun little build there with the terrain. They don't have a picture. They don't have a picture of the figs up close. It's kind of a shame. That's as good as it gets. So yeah, just pretty fun. I mean, these figures look fantastic. Love the helmet. Obviously, that's the guys impressed in the Mando season 3 for you. I think they did a good job.
Yeah. They came in on the jetpacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they fly now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. They've
Bringing
always
back good,
flown.
bringing back great memories is what's going on here today. Oh, what else we got?
All right.
We've got the CMF Space Series. We talked about that a little bit. Let's see. Oh, the X-Wing. I guess we can talk about the X-Wing, and then you know who we're going to talk about, right?
Sure.
You know, you see what I see?
Yeah. Abomination.
I mean, the Star Wars mechs, I can't imagine that this tickles your fancy too much.
No, it doesn't.
But it's a
I'm not trying to crap on anything. It just doesn't. Yeah.
It's a literal X-Wing mech.
Yeah.
Nothing?
No.
No. Okay. We tried. Lego tried.
That's something you get your nephew for his birthday or something. Yeah, whatever.
Let's end the day talking about Gru.
That's not Gru. That's some uncanny valley version of AI generated Gru. What is that? What is this?
Dude got high on his own supply, and he's not afraid to tell the world about it.
Is he flipping us off?
It really looks like cursed Gru.
man.
I mean, the only redeeming fact of this figure here is the fact that his nose uses a Borok eye, so a bionicle piece for his nose. It's in a fleshy color. That might be the first time that piece has ever been used in that color.
If that redeems it for you, then I'm happy for you. But there's no redemptive qualities here.
Dude,
What's with his eyes?
He I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, and the fact that his eyebrows are separate pieces. Yeah, it's not it, man. It's just not
To
it.
be honest, the longer I look at this, the angrier I get. What have they done?
Oh my goodness. I feel like they want you to get to a certain calm state that Gru was in for this scene, and then they want you to look at this and enjoy it because, I mean, that might give you more tears.
Man. Scroll down. Scroll down. I
Scroll
gotta see the
down?
rest of the set just so that I can stop looking at his face.
Is that better?
Okay, see? Now, the minions ain't bad.
Oh my goodness, I just realized their mouths are stickers.
All of them? Even
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah, look at that. You can see the sticker edge.
Well,
I mean, I'm not complaining. I didn't expect all my Despicable Me 2 or 3 buildable figs to have such printed pieces, but back up to the main attraction. Main attraction or fatal attraction?
fatal.
Very fatal.
Very fatal.
But
Very fatal.
I saw it, so I had to give. We had mentioned it earlier, so I had to give a.
How much are they charging?
That's
for
what
this
I was gonna wonder too. 839 pieces.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see how happy the person in the lifestyle photo can actually. Oh my goodness, he's actually happy.
Dude, what if this is Despicable Me 4, right? What if something has happened to Gru in Despicable Me 4, and this is just what he's like?
That would do it for. That would win it for me. That would save the set for me if there's a legitimate.
If he's is he a stoner now?
This whole set is a spoiler for the movie, and that would explain. That would do that. Like that would probably make me buy this set.
Yeah. Wild, man.
As far as
Wild.
price though, my money's on $69.99, but I feel like it could also be $80.
That's robbery. That is robbery.
But look at how large it is. It's a good size. I mean, it's a good 7-8 inches. All right. What's your money on? Like 50, 40?
$15 is what this is worth at best.
All right, I'm locking in at 60.
Okay, if you're gonna say 60 something,
$64.99.
$59.99.
Did I say? I said 64.
Oh,
What did you say?
I said 59. We were both wrong, but I was closer.
You were closer. Wow,
$54.
that's a great price per piece.
If you're
Anyone would be a
price
fool
per
not
piece.
to buy this.
Yes.
Okay, would you let your 9-year-old even look at that thing? I feel like it would give my 9-year-old
No.
night terrors. For
I,
the rest
I
of
would
their
I
life.
would give
Trauma,
my 9-year-old the
PTSD.
$54 and let him play with the $54 before I bought him his set and subjected him to this. He would have nightmares.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Anyways, I think we'll save the Harry Potter because there's a lot of Harry Potter stuff. Like
Yeah.
you see that mandrake right
Yeah,
there?
I feel like we've got enough.
That's
to talk
gonna be a
about.
different
Yeah.
stream. Don't want to cross streams too much on this May the 4th stream. So thanks so much everyone in chat. Sound off before we sign off. Oh, I like that. Sound off before we sign off.
New catchphrase.
I'm assuming, Scott, you've been here since the very beginning. Cooper probably hanging out. Let me know how Ryan finished up his Whatnot stream. I'm curious how that went. He was selling through 2016. Oh, yeah, I didn't even talk. We skipped to that whole part at the beginning of this.
You can make a whole video out of
Oh,
it.
my goodness. So, yeah, just a quick little tidbit. Most of you probably already know that we were able to visit Orlando Brick Co. earlier today, and Ryan was doing his Whatnot stream, so I kind of waved in the window, and he was like, oh, come around. So I just helped him for a little bit, kind of moving some sets around, and every Star Wars set from 1999 through 2020, maybe it was 2019, were all there. So it was really crazy to see all those Lego sets, but super fun. So, yeah, I'll be making some videos and such about that.
Look forward to it.
So don't need to belabor that point now. But thank you so much for everyone. Thank you for having me this weekend.
Of course.
And seeing he's got some great sets, some great sealed sets, of course, as well. So I'm sure that collection. Before we sign off, do you have what's the next set? What you got your eye on?
Well, if you had asked me a couple weeks ago, I would have said the Viking Village. But now that I know that Artemis Launchpad is coming up,
Ooh.
see, that's the problem. If you don't buy it, yes, yeah, you got me. Yeah, that's the problem. If you don't buy things on your list, that something else comes.
It just
and,
grows and grows.
So I should probably stay true to my list and get the Viking Village, but Artemis Launchpad's coming.
So Artemis, that you think that's gonna be your next
it
buy?
might be. Yeah.
When there's a good double VIP or something like that.
So-
No, that's definitely the way to go. Yes, dude, space fans are eating very good in Lego lately. So many space sets coming back around, and even the space theme and the city sets are coming back around
That's
and
right.
looking great.
Yep.
So it's a good time. Happy May the 4th, everyone. Thank you for joining in the stream. And man, looking forward to seeing Phantom Menace tomorrow in
Absolutely.
theaters. Gonna be a blast. And I'll be back home later this week. Going to try and pump out some more videos in the second half of this week. And we'll probably talk about Harry Potter next week.
Sounds good.
So thanks to everyone for joining. We'll see you in next week's live stream. Until then, may the 4th be with you.